Hilton in Washington, D.C. for the Americans for Prosperity American Dream Summit. And I want to say thank you to Santo Lipo for taking a few minutes with GraniteGrok. The theme is the American dream, defending the American dream. So I have two questions for you. What is your version of the American dream? And what do you think the present administration's idea of the American dream is?
Okay. My idea of the American dream is the dream that my parents and my grandparents had when they came here as immigrants with no money, no home, no health care, and they built themselves up and were able to get a job without the assistance of the government, to have food without having to get food stamps, and have health care without depending on the government. And then they made my life better than them through their hard work. And they always wanted me to have a better life than they had. They sent me to school, they sent me to college, I got a job, I have a family, and now I have a big house, I have a nice car, I have a daughter, and I live the American dream.
And the administrators, the present administration's view of that American dream?
Well, the view of this president's dream of the American dream, I have to look at from a radical perspective, because I believe he's a socialist and he wants the people in the United States to be dependent on the government by giving them entitlements such as welfare, food stamps, unemployment checks, health care. He doesn't want anyone to do anything to better themselves without him intervening into their business. So I really disapprove of this president, and I think the only thing that he does good is when he does nothing. And I can't think of two things that he did really to help our country or our economy since he's been in office. And my main goal is to have him serve as a one-term president. And I have groups on Facebook, and my main group is Christians Against Obama, Reagan Conservatives Fighting to Make Obama a one-term president. So I hope you're going to help me.
Well, thank you very much for taking a few minutes with GraniteGrok. I appreciate your answers. We are here with my friend Bob Weeks, one of my Sam's Fair blogger buddies that we met years ago. And I want to say thank you very much for taking a few minutes with GraniteGrok, Bob.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, we are here at AFB's Defending the American Dream, so I have two quick questions for you. What is your vision of the American dream? And contrast that, if you would, to what you think the administration's version of that American dream is.
Well, I think, we've got some freedoms in America, like freedom of speech and things like that. But I think what's really important today, and what I've emphasized back in Kansas with my Kansas Economic Freedom Index, is economic freedom, which is the ability to conduct your economic affairs as you see fit. It's very strongly centered around private property, that what you earn, what you own is yours. You should have the right to spend that, do with it as you wish, as long as you respect the equal rights of everybody else. So I think economic freedom is starting to become a more important word. Now, the administration, however, the Barack Obama administration, I think is really opposed to that. They're asking for higher taxes, and higher taxes are directly opposite of economic freedom because you're not allowed to keep the things that you have earned. And then the economic freedom, I think, is just something that Barack Obama does not appreciate. Maybe he doesn't understand. Maybe he feels that oppressive government is better than economic freedom, but he's certainly not for it.
Well, Bob, I said this would be brief, so I want to say thank you for your answers and thank you for taking a couple moments with GraniteGrok.
Well, thank you, Skip. Good day.
All right. Dennis, I want to say thank you very much for taking a few moments with GraniteGrok. We're here at the Defending the Dream Summit with Americans for Prosperity. My simple question is, what is your idea of the American dream?
Ready for the answer?
I am.
Yeah. President Reagan's dream is our dream.
And that was?
Freedom.
That's a very good answer. Contrast that, if you would, sir, with the version of the Obama administration's idea of the American dream.
Yeah.
What would that be?
Poverty.
Poverty. Well, there's more people in poverty now than ever before.
Well, there's going to be a hell of a lot more if he's reelected.
Well, that may very well happen. I tend to agree with you.
Yeah.
So, Dennis, I want to say thank you very much for spending a few minutes with GraniteGrok. We are here with Reen at AFP's Defending the American Dream Summit. And I have two questions for you, Reen. One is, what is your version of the American dream?
My version of the American dream is to, for all Americans to make their own choices and to know that the Constitution is always going to be there for us and our children and grandchildren, and a country where everyone is free, truly free, to move about and not have the government control us.
Contrast that, if you would, with what you think the Obama administration's idea of the American dream is.
It seems to me that Obama wants this country to be a socialist country where the government is totally in control of all the lives of the people and where people are slaves to the government.
Well, I promised just two quick questions, and we've had that, and I appreciate your answers, and I say thank you very much for taking a few moments. Boy, my mouth is not working tonight. Taking a few moments with GraniteGrok.
Thank you so much.
We are here with Catherine at AFP's Defending the American Dream Summit. Let me start that again. We are here with Catherine at AFP's Defending the American Dream Summit at the Hilton, Washington, D.C. And I will say thank you for taking a few moments with GraniteGrok. Two quick questions for you, Catherine. What is your version of the American dream? And if you would contrast that with what you think the Obama administration's version of the American dream is.
Okay, good question. To me, the American dream is illustrated in the roots of our country and what makes us a great country. The fact that somebody can come to this country with nothing, and with enough hard work and perseverance, they can become pretty much anything they want to be. That is the American dream, and that's what makes us great, and that's why people from all over the world want to come to our country. We're rich in history with that. We have a capitalist system, we have a free market system, we are the most prosperous country in the world, and the Obama administration, to contrast that, doesn't believe in capitalism. They believe in tyranny, they believe in taxation, they believe in class warfare, they believe in big government, and they definitely do not believe in small business, which is the heartblood of what makes our country great. So in my mind, the Obama administration has been doing everything in their power to undermine the American dream by over-regulation, by taxation, by every method possible to kill the American dream. And unfortunately, our economy reflects that right now. So that is a pretty stark contrast. It's pretty black and white to me.
It is, and again, I promise to keep this quick, so I say thank you, Catherine, for taking a few minutes with GraniteGrok.
Thanks.
Thank you. We're here at AFP's Defending the American Dream Summit in Washington, D.C., and Tom has agreed to spend a few moments with GraniteGrok, so I say thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I have two questions for you, sir. One is, what is your version of the American dream?
Well, my version is a traditional version. I share the opinions of the founding fathers, and that the country is based on the Constitution. All law in this country is based on the Constitution. I'm a strong supporter of the Bill of Rights and of personal freedoms. And I see all those being eroded this time. And I'm very concerned for the country, with the NDAA, the Patriot Act being extended permanently and increased over what it was, the temporary version under George Bush, which I wasn't that fond of. But I don't. The United States today is reminding me of a communist country, or of Russia or China before their revolutions. My great uncle and aunt were in China at the time of that revolution and barely escaped with their lives. And the communists, Mao Zedong killed millions, tens of millions. And I see similar things happening in America today, and it causes me great concern.
So your version of the American dream is very different than that of the Obama administration.
Oh, absolutely. Totally diametrically opposed.
Well, I said I would keep this quick, and Tom, I want to say thank you very much for taking a few minutes with GrokTV.
You're welcome, sir, and I appreciate your efforts on behalf of America. I hope we're successful.
We'll find out. November is coming.
November is coming. You can see that on the back of my shirt.
Absolutely right. November is coming. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Okay, we are at the Hilton, Washington, D.C. at Americans for Prosperity's Defending the American Dream Summit. And I want to say thank you to Roseanne for spending a few minutes with GraniteGrok.
You're welcome.
I have two questions for you. One, the first one is, what is your idea of the American dream?
My idea of the American dream is being able to pursue my interests without government interference. Very limited government.
And contrast that, if you would, with the Obama's administration version of the American dream. What do you think that is?
I fear that the Obama's administration's version is total government control over everything. And I don't think you can pursue a dream with government in your way constantly.
Well, those I think are two good answers, and I promise I would keep this brief. So Roseanne, thank you for taking a couple moments with GraniteGrok.
Thank you for asking me.
Oh, my pleasure, believe me. All right, we are at AFP's Defending the American Dream Summit, and I have just run into Julia, Joan, and Deborah, my wife's name. And I want to say thank you very much for taking a few minutes with GraniteGrok, and I have two quick questions for you. The first one is, what is your idea of the American dream?
The American dream. Work hard, succeed, pay your bills, give your children a future. Own your own business, and don't take free stuff. Get the things yourself. You'll feel prouder about yourself if you get them yourself. And I think they said it all.
All right. Go ahead, you were about to say something?
What was the...
Oh, the second part.
The second part of the question
is, and
what's
contrast
different?
that with what you think the Obama administration's version of the American dream is.
Well, the Obama administration wants a huge, huge government where they take care of us, take care of everything. I don't want that, because the larger the government, the smaller the people. I don't want to be a small person. I want to have a voice. And I don't need a government to tell me what I can drink, what kind of baby formula I can use, or anything like that, or what restaurant I should go to, like Chick-fil-A. So I'm just, everything he stands for, I'm the opposite of, pretty much.
That sounds like a good answer to me.
Our parents worked hard to give us a better life, a better future. Our children, however, because of big government, are not going to have the future. They are not going to be able. Our grandchildren are going to pay this enormous debt that we have amassed under this administration.
If Obama gets reelected, we will not be able to recognize America in 4 years. It won't be the America we grew up with or we knew and grew to love. It will be Russia. It just won't be America anymore.
Our children will have less than we worked
Too many people died for us to have this freedom and our way of life, and it would have been for nothing then.
Well, ladies,
That's the way I feel.
well, ladies, I want to say thank you very much for taking a few minutes to GrokTV.
You're welcome.
We are here at the Hilton, Washington, D.C. at the Americans for Prosperity Defending the American Dream Summit. And I want to say thank you to Melissa and to Lucy for taking a few minutes with GraniteGrok. Melissa, I have a question for you.
All right.
Short question. What is your version of the American dream?
My version of the American dream is that it doesn't matter what circumstance I'm born into, I can change that circumstance through hard work and determination. My version of the American dream is that I can be anything and anybody that I feel God calling me to be with my God-given talents and hard work and perseverance. Obama says that I need the government to take care of me, especially because I'm in a wheelchair. But that's not what I need. I need for government to get out of my way and let me go for it. And to catch me as a safety net if I fall on my face, and then help me get up and keep going.
That is a splendid answer, and I promise that I'll just take a few moments, and you have certainly taken full advantage of that.
Okay.
So, Melissa, I want to say thank you very much for spending a moment with GraniteGrok.
Oh, you're welcome.
And Lucy, she's so cute.
Thanks. Lucy, say hi. Say bye. She's too busy looking.
All right. We are at Americans for Prosperity's Defending the American Dream Summit here at the Hilton, Washington, D.C. And it was nice to meet up with an old Sam's Fair blogger buddy who's now gone on to much bigger things. He is now, you're the executive director of the Franklin Center.
I'm vice president.
Vice president of the Franklin Center. But in any case, I have two questions for you, Eric. One is, what is your version of the American dream?
My version of the American dream, and I look at my grandfather who came back from World War II, started a business from nothing, built it from the ground up to something that became very successful and was able to live prosperously. And he did that because taxes were low, he didn't have government regulations to deal with, he had the freedom to be an entrepreneur and build something and be successful and provide for his family. And that's my version of the American dream, where somebody can come from nothing, from poverty, which my grandfather did, and achieve great success and a prosperous lifestyle. I think the Obama version of the American dream is somebody who from cradle to grave is dependent on government services, who is taxed tooth and nail, and really relies on the government to provide everything for them. I think he said it all when he said the other day, if you're a successful business person, you didn't build that, because you drove on public roads and you did all of these other things. The American dream is what people can achieve in spite of the government. Obama believes the American dream is achieved through the government, and we know that's not the case.
Well, I promised two quick questions, Eric. You've answered them, so I say thank you for spending a few moments with GraniteGrok.
Thank you for having me.
GrokTV.